of those people were Edomites, and I mean they had thousands of pounds of food, you know, and they're proud. Like Jake can't store food like that because they don't really ain't got the means for it, you know. But you know they're storing that, but it's all in vain because somebody else is going to enjoy the fruits of that labor because you're going to starve.
Ezekiel 3:20. Again, when a righteous man, an Israelite that came into the truth, guys like Lahab, Yeshaya, Gazak, Yashawan, Yun, Ramayalab, Shekiah, and I can mention 2,000 of them. Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him. See, when you guys go off and you go back in the world, the Most High lay a stumbling block before you that you can't come back in. I like this guy Alizé. The Most High, he don't realize it, but there's a stumbling block upon him, man. He really thinks the Lord, the Most High, is dealing with his stupid ass, man. You know, stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. Now we are giving you warning, man. You know, we keep bringing up the name, we keep bringing up the scriptures about the name, but you zombies, you zombies of Nate can't see that, so you can't say, well, you didn't tell us. We did tell you, man. We tell you to this day. Yeah, about the name, about the mark of the beast, and about many other things, man. It says, I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. That's not talking about us, because we have constantly warned you, even in the wintertime, man. In the wintertime, the summertime, the 4 seasons. We've been warning you. We've been showing you how these scriptures are supposed to be broken down. We showed you that the mark of the beast is the so-called microchip technology, and that the name of the Most High is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. As far as other things too. So, like, we coming to the time of death. We're coming to the time of the end. You got guys that are in Israel. Like I said, they just go and they call themselves Israelites and they go out and speak. They don't even know why they're speaking, you know. First of all, nigga, we speaking to get a reward, man. You just go out because some other knucklehead goes out and he don't know what the hell is going on, man. And you just spew out the stuff that you learned, the few scriptures that you learned, but you don't even understand them scriptures, man. A lot of you people that are down, that are part of Israel, when the shit hits the fan, you're going to take that chip, man, so you can eat. And that's going to be the hour of temptation. That's going to be a test for your ass.
That's right. 2nd Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, meaning it's coming near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what you're going to have. You got the militia.
Hey, well, that's, the symbol of Jade Helm is a sword, the sword with the 2 arrows. All right, and that's what Jade Helm is. It's a standing army. You know, it's a standing army and designed to take over during the hour of martial law, when martial law is instituted. Yep.
It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You know, there's going to be race riots. There's going to be class wars. It's going to be the police, you know, the judges, prosecutors, lawyers, the people that collect money for child support. You know, all of that. Those people they're going to be main targets. You know, because because they're supposed to be the law and order of the land. But in that day, people are not going to listen to them, because they've been listening to them up to this point, and things don't ever get any better. Every time somebody gets into any type of office, they always promise them you know, better things, and they by the time they come out of their office, things are worse than they were when they first started. You know, and the situation with the police, every time you turn around, you see a cop shooting somebody, you know, killing somebody. You know, mainly Jake. You know, so people are not, they don't trust the police, they don't trust the government, so it's going to come a point where it's going to be total anarchy in the streets. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. You know, so there's going to be a rising up among men, and there's going to be men that's going to get together and rise up against the government. It says, and invading one another, and they're going to be fighting one against another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So they're not going to listen to anything that any Obama or any senator or whatever mayor or whatever tries to tell them. They're not going to be appeased anymore, because these pacifists, they've been there for years, and nothing ever changes.
Job 30 and 14 and 15. It says, I'll start at 12. It says, Job 30 and 12. It says, upon my right hand raised the youth. Early in the scripture, it says, they that are younger than I had me in derision. That's talking about Esau, right? It says, upon my right hand raise the youth. That's this Edomite. They push away my feet. In other words, your foundation. That's why you niggas are stumbling around talking about you African and you Kemetic, man, because you have no foundation. All right? And they raise up against me the ways of their destruction. 13. They mar my path. The path is the right way. To go the right way. There's a path that you go. See, once you become an Israelite, there's a way that you go, because you got a lot of our people that are Israelites, but they don't believe in the New Testament. They don't believe that the Messiah came. You know? They believe that Esau can make it. The other nations can make it. So mar is to destroy. They mar my path on my way. They set forward my calamity. They have no helper. They came upon me as a wide breaking in of waters, and the desolation they rolled themselves upon me. And there's going to be a time where the military is going to roll on you like that, right? 15. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind, and my welfare passes away as a cloud. In other words, you nigger women, it tells you in the book of Isaiah about you, woe to you women that are at ease. All right? The vintage shall fail and so forth. Well, welfare is part of your vintage, man. You have a thing called welfare. Welfare, Section 8, food stamps. All that shit is going to stop. And you're going to be required to take that microchip to get these benefits. And then there's going to be a point where even when you take that chip, the benefits are going to stop any goddamn way. You know? So you know, basically the spirit that we're bringing out to you is this man getting ready to go down, man.
That's it. There's an update here on Jade Helm. One thing says 2 days ago, this is on YouTube, media in full blackout as Jade Helm 15 starts. Then there's another one 2 days ago. This is on Russia TV. Jade Helm 15, military exercise or martial law? You know, they're asking a question. You know, what is it? Is it a military exercise or is it martial law? Well, guess what? It's martial law, because the things that they're practicing is what? To arrest regular civilians. You know, during a national emergency. You know.
Yeah, I got some information for you. This is from a site entitled Global Research. It says the militarization of law enforcement. Does the Jade Helm 15 operation violate Posse Comitatus? And that's something you brothers can look up, Posse Comitatus, and what it entails. I just want to get right to the point. It says infiltrating towns and cities. Jade Helm presenters have stated that troops will infiltrate towns and cities. Now, I wonder why they would do that. I thought they were practicing for the armies outside of America. Why would they infiltrate towns and cities? Because that's what the plan is when martial law is implemented. Stated that troops will infiltrate towns and cities and rove among the civilian population, both in uniform and in civilian clothes. All right, so, and then it says here, Roy Boyd, Chief Deputy of the Victoria County Sheriff's